On today's sad episode, we're gonna fill in the shotgun hole. With the welding finished up on those A-pillars, it's time for us to start finishing up some of the other welding that's left on the body. We've spent a couple of years basically working our way through this welding, but we're to a point where we're down to the last few major things. We may end up finding a bit here or a bit there, but a lot of it has been done, so we're working our way through the last few bits that haven't. We've got an antenna hole there, another large hole back there. I don't actually know why. We've got a couple more even, if you can see them, back there. And then a number of them along the edges of the roof that have been body filled over. It's all going to start with that big one right there. Let's climb up on here and take a bit more of a look at what we're dealing with. So, these just sort of fade out into nothing, but this one does technically have that. So I'll probably have to do a bit of hammering. No idea what actually caused this hole, but I'm just going to cut a shape out, maybe a square, maybe a little bit of an octagon to avoid those sharp corners pulling. And then there's definitely a low spot in the roof as well. So we will get in there and kind of wail on the roof a bit. And then we're just going to slowly work our way back and try and fill in all the other holes. Get this roof more or less sealed up and good to go. First step though, I got to get in there and put down my fireproof welding blanket so I don't do any new damage to the interior while we do this. I'll bring you guys back once I've got that interior cleaned up, that blanket laid out. But don't worry, while we may be cutting out the shotgun hole, we are definitely not disposing of the shotgun hole. That little cutout is going to go on my wall of shame. You guys should really be more careful. Fell right off the roof. Funny thing is, you fell off the roof right as I finished the job. Hold on a sec here. And there she be. Got a bunch of holes punched in it. I don't know that it was actually a shotgun hole at all, but I don't care. I'm calling it the shotgun hole. So now we've got a hole in the roof we're going to need to fix. Maybe hammer this a bit. Got to hammer a bunch of this because it's kind of dented down in, but that'll probably just be lay on my back and push up with a foot. And then clean and weld. Get ourselves a new chunk in there. I'm not sure out of what though. Maybe I'll just put this heavy gauge stuff I've been using in there. It is actually decently chunky. But we'll get ourselves a piece more or less prepped and ready. We'll probably do a little bit of Fitzy's cut and butt to make this all work, but that'll come after we do some of that. it. We've got that patch welded in, but the truth is, it's really, really bad up here. This roof is warped in 12 directions. I didn't make any of it any better. I probably overground right through here while I was at it. So, probably gonna end up at some point welding some studs on here and just trying to pull it up this way, because getting at it from the inside is basically impossible. Trying to reduce some of that glare on this. But anyway, yeah, this thing is going all over the place. We've got a big whoop-de-doo here, a big one right here. One I keep popping in and out back here. But overall, that's welded in. It looks pretty solid. And then we'll just end up putting a bit of schmoo over that, sanding it down a little bit, but after I've done some more metal work up here, I think. Next up, we've got that antenna hole or something. Right there. And another one back there. Again, I don't really know what these were for, why they're there, but they need to come out of this roof. I think it's like an adjustable leg off of something that they just glued in. All the stuff back there is too far away for me to get my welder to right now. I'll probably have to turn the travel all around to get to all of those. So we're going to start on something else. We've got, you know, some other problems to put a bit of focus on here. So we got that one there. And another one there. And I think at least two more farther down. So we're gonna turn to cleaning those, prepping those, and then maybe get some patches welded into them. I don't know how like divoty the holes are, so I'm gonna have to grind all of that body filler out of there and see what we get. We are now on the far side of all of the roof repairs. Camera was charging low on battery. I wanted to get some work done, so I just went ahead and powered through everything. But we'll show you everything we've gotten done. Let me climb up here. Ooh. First off, we have the shotgun hole patch. This is sort of dented down in a little bit right here too. So there'll be, this pops out pretty easily, but it also pops back in. So probably needs to have some tightening done to it, but whatever. There's some dents along here. Those may require welding some studs on, but again, I'm not crazy worried about it. The last thing you saw me working on were the various holes down the side. So you can see I've got 1, 2, careful going down this, 3 there. And then back here, we got a 4th one. Had to replace an entire patch right there. Not only was there a hole drilled, but it was pretty dented around it, and I just couldn't get the dents out. 2 other holes there. Excuse me while I climb over this thing. Try not to fall on my butt. There's the chunk we cut out. And then there were 3 or 4 others like this, all the way up that side, that are also welded up and ground back. We'll put a little bit of fiberglass filler over all of those, just basically to seal them. And that'll make it real easy to just smooth them out completely, though it's not crazy important to me. But all of this, the patch and all these various holes we've got that we filled in, we're going to fiberglass over all of those. Every exterior seam just about is going to get fiberglassed over. But that's actually all of the roof repairs completely done. So with the roof done, we're just going to try and finish up the last of the holes and rust repair and all of that repair that this thing needs. So we're going to turn to all of those mirror holes that are smashed into the front doors. We're going to get those front doors all patched up and polished up.